our Demented Collective. This week we're talking about The Crow from 1994.
Mm-hmm. The original, the classic.
The original classic with starring Brandon Lee.
Mm-hmm. This is I believe this the 30-year anniversary is this month.
Is it this month?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Like, we technically passed it.
I didn't even look into that. Yeah, that makes sense though. 94. Yeah.
Yeah.
A man brutally murdered comes back to life as an undead avenger of his and his fiance's murderers. Directed by Alex Proyas, did Dark City from like 96, somewhere in there. That was okay. iRobot, I think that's the Will Smith one.
Right.
And then Knowing with what's his face?
Mark Wahlberg one?
No, the one with
no, I'm thinking
Nicolas
of The
Cage.
Happening, not
Nicolas Cage.
The other one. I think The Knowing also got just about the same reviews as The Happening.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, yeah, it was a Nicholas. He does a ton of movies.
Well, he has to now because allegedly IRS stuff.
Oh.
He's so far in depth. It's crazy. But because of that, he's actually turned out some decent bangers recently, too.
Yeah, well, apparently he's going to be the Spider-Man Noir in Spider-Man, the live-action Spider-Verse or whatever that's coming out.
That makes sense because he was Spider-Man Noir in the first one of the...
I know he really likes superhero movies.
Oh, dude,
He tried to be Superman. There's a picture of him in the costume and everything.
Yeah, they had... They did a little tribute to him. Of him in that in the Flash movie, I want to say.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah,
I didn't see the Flash movie. I don't think anybody saw the Flash movie.
I did. So
oh,
there was fun little homages to previous Batmans and stuff.
Oh, okay,
I liked it. Cluntang even makes an appearance.
Okay. Writers: James Abar. He's only done Crow stuff. That's basically all he's done.
Really?
Yeah. The big stuff. Yeah. David Shaw. Texas Chainsaw, the beginning.
Okay.
Critters 3 and 4. There's some bigger ones that he wrote. John Shirley, basically done cartoons, Batman Beyond.
Oh, dude, I love Batman Beyond.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, that sort of thing.
Okay.
This movie has 3 sequels.
And a remake/reboot coming out.
Yeah. They got the new one coming out here in a couple months. City of Angels came out a couple years after this.
Mm-hmm.
Salvation and Wicked Prayer. Now... City of Angels had Iggy Pop in it. Iggy Pop was supposed to be in this one.
Yeah.
But there was a conflict with his touring dates and everything.
Mm.
So he agreed to do Salvation. I'm sorry, he was in City of Angels, but he was supposed to be in the original. Is that what I said?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I mean, the sequel also had Thomas Jane in it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I saw that. Yeah, I didn't see this one in theaters. I saw the second one in theaters. I want to hit the second one. I really like the second one. Salvation had Kirsten Dunst in it.
No, yeah, I saw.
Like a year or two before she did Spider-Man and kind of blew up.
Yeah.
But she would have done Interview with a Vampire by this time because she was little in Interview.
Yeah.
So she had a good career going, I guess. And then Wicked Prayer has Tara Reid. David Boreanaz.
Oh,
and
now I gotta see it.
There's a third guy that I can't remember his name. But it's like... I really want to see it because I know it's going to be terrible. I love really bad movies. And I know this. Tara Reid alone is going to drag it down.
Yeah.
David Boreanaz, he's a TV actor. So I assume
he's done some good movies, but he is better. I mean, like...
What, Valentine?
Oh, yeah.
Remember Valentine?
Valentine was badass. Was it Dennis Hopper? No, Danny Trejo was in it. Tito Ortiz.
In Wicked Prayer?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'm watching that.
Oh,
I never bothered. I was like, oh, it's the fourth one. Okay, they're probably falling off. Oh, no. The guy is the guy from Terminator 2, the kid. What's his name? That guy. It's right there. It's in one of those.
Furlong. Edward Furlong.
Edward Furlong. That's why I want to see it. Edward Furlong.
No, okay. Yeah, he was John Connor.
Yeah. Stars Brandon Lee as Eric Draven, son of Bruce Lee.
All right, Pete. To both.
Yeah. I'm sure we're going to dive into what happened to Brandon here.
Unfortunately.
He did Laser Mission, and if you're not sure about Laser Mission, Riff Tracks did Laser Mission. Ernest Borgnine's in it with him.
Oh, dang. No, this was Brandon Lee's
Cracks me up.
only major film, wasn't it? This was supposed to be his launching pad.
It was, and
And technically
watching
it was, yeah.
I totally get that this guy would have blown up after this,
dude.
especially for the time. In '94, he had that look. All the girls I remember in school, I was in junior high, I think, at this time.
Oh, you mean
The girls loved him for this movie.
because I mean, dude, he was fit, the
He had
tight
that grunge
clothes,
look, the kind of gothic look.
he
that
was
sort of thing.
like a freaking Kurt Cobain. Oh wait, that's an improper taste, but you know what I mean, like a grunge.
No, yeah,
grunge
it's
meets
this time, yeah,
grunge meets goth. Yeah,
yeah.
like the corpse paint, the death.
And then and there's some fun mannerisms he does in this movie that the girls like. I really remember talking to like my female classmates, and they really liked him in this.
Oh, dude, honestly, yeah, I enjoyed it. I haven't seen any of the other Crows, so I can't say he's my favorite Crow, but I enjoyed him, and I would have loved to see him more and more.
He's the best. I've seen two.
Okay.
Two of them, and out of those two, he's the best one.
Which, that right there, just going to say, Bill Skarsgård got his money cut out for him. Or, he's got...
he's got to work hard.
Which, nothing against Bill Skarsgård. I mean,
I know you're a fan.
Oh, dude. Tim Curry, I mean, I was like, dude, how the hell are you going to top Tim Curry's Pennywise? Bill Skarsgård, right. he nailed it. He actually, even on set, freaked out Bill Hader. Like, behind the scenes.
Okay.
Because that little weird, like, eye thing he does, where they kind of like... That's something Bill Skarsgård can actually do himself.
Okay. No, he's good at what he does.
Oh, fantastic.
But you're bringing up Tim Curry, dude.
I know. But I'm saying...
I remember watching that on TV.
Dude, I watched it. Like, I watched it on TV, too.
Yeah.
When they did, like,
you weren't alive yet.
No, it was... They brought it back, and it was... I got free DirecTV, and they brought it back for, like, a anniversary thing or something. One year. So I took the opportunity. I watched it.
Okay.
Where it was technically like a marathon because you know how they split it into two parts. It was like a mini series. Yeah. So and I watched it, and Tim Curry was fantastic. And then watching this one with Bill Skarsgård, I was like, oh my gosh, dude! Like,
okay, so
no disrespect to either of them.
He knows what he's doing as an actor, so it'll be interesting to see what he does with the new Crow.
Oh yeah, I'll give him a shot. I mean, I'm more excited to see him in Nosferatu than I am the Crow.
And I think we have a plan where we're going to see it in theaters, and then come home and review it. Right?
Yeah,
does that sound good?
That's what we're going to try and do because I mean, if we did this one, we might as well because from my understanding, did some research. It's Bill Skarsgård is supposed to take on the role of Eric Draven, Brandon Lee's character in the 94 Crow. Oh yeah, holy crap! So there.
Yeah, let's see how it goes. Brandon Lee though, he did. I'm going to tie this in. He did Kung Fu the movie with David Carradine. Now the writer of the comic books was afraid that this movie, when they hired Brandon Lee, was going to turn into kind of a Kung Fu dark superhero kind of thing, and that's not what he wanted. But then he saw some stuff from Brandon Lee. He was like, okay, we can do this. This is good. I like it. So Brandon Lee won him over. Michael Wincott as Top Dollar. Alien Resurrection. Nope. Recently, he was in Nope.
Who? Oh, yeah. He was the...
He's old now.
The older guy with the camera.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. I didn't recognize him, but now that you mention it, like, as soon as you said it, like, bam, that voice. Mm-hmm. He has an iconic voice.
He has a great voice. Speaking of iconic voice, Tony Todd is in this movie. Candyman.
Yeah. He was his Top Dollar's right-hand man, wasn't he?
Yep.
I thought so.
I'll watch anything with Tony Todd.
I guess I didn't recognize him at first because his hair's a little longer than him.
And he has sunglasses on most of the time.
Yeah. But, I mean, dude, I should have recognized him because that guy is, again, iconic voice, just...
Iconic character. Candyman?
Dude, that's one of I'd pick him as a horror king.
I agree.
Like...
Ooh, he's in good contention there. We're going to have to do one of those.
Oh, yeah, we might have to. If you think so, comment.
And then the other guy, where if I see him, I'm going to watch the movie, Ernie Hudson.
Who did he play as?
He was the Sergeant Albrecht. He was the cop guy.
Oh, yes!
Yeah.
Okay. I knew he looked familiar. I couldn't recognize him.
Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's where everyone knows it from, is Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
I want to hit him up on, like, Twitter or X or whatever it's called now. He'd be like, hey, I loved you in your best role ever, The Crow.
Right.
See if he replies. That'd be great.
Right.
Let's dive into it, though.
Yeah. Let's get right on in.
I don't
dive on in.
I think it's an average movie. It's like an hour and without credits. I think it was an hour and 38, 39, somewhere in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On the average length side.
Yeah. Good length for the movie. Anymore, I might have started losing interest. They cut out a lot from what I was reading.
Oh yeah.
There's a whole section of a dark cowboy or something.
They think they had to because of what happened, and then
they had to do a lot of editing around that and kind of CGIing people in.
And from my understanding, the Brandon Lee's like stunt double, who after the what happened, he actually because I mean I could be wrong on this, but from what I have heard and read, I possibly read somewhere at some point. It's been a long time. He who filled in for those scenes when they couldn't use him. He actually they used him for the sequel because
interesting.
Him and Brandon Lee were.
I do know they had a mask for Brandon Lee. They made a like one of those molded masks for him, so the stunt doubles could wear it while doing stunts and that sort of thing, and to look more like him. So they would have them do that after he had died.
Yeah.
And they didn't. Nobody on set liked it. They're like, "This is weird. This is creepy. It's not respectful."
Yeah.
And they destroyed the mask.
Good.
And just worked with CGI and like the side shots and that sort of thing.
And you can tell one of those scenes that
you can.
But, I mean, yeah.
And there's a list. I didn't put the list here because it's so stinking long of.
But if you've seen the movie, you can literally tell.
You can tell watching the movie. Yeah. Well, let's dive into it.
Dive on in.
Yeah. To show Dark City.
That's literally called Dark City.
Well, no. It shows a dark city is what I put, with fires going on. But I thought that was funny with the director directing Dark City.
Oh
so,
yeah. Just
he did Dark City in like '97, a few years after this.
Just hit the fan.
And they filled in. It opens with a kid narrating that legend says if a person dies, a crow takes your soul to the afterlife, but can bring you back in case of pure sadness and things like that.
Yeah.
And the narration, I know, was used as filler for scenes that Brandon Lee should have been in. But because he had died, they weren't able to shoot him. So they filled in with a lot of narration, too.
They worked around it pretty well, I'd say. I mean, it's a shame.
Yeah, and...
I would love to see the other product. I'm sure we all would, but...
Sure, yeah.
They did good.
It shows the murder scene. It's kind of the wedding night kind of thing. It's the 30th, Devil's Night, is what they're calling it. Night before Halloween.
Dun, dun, dun.
Eric is dead, and Shelley is carted off to the hospital. Now, Brandon Lee, this is the scene that he died.
Yeah.
While filming the movie. It was the flashback scene of Fanboy?
Well, yeah, it did, because, it happened, and then, so that happened. Little girl, Sarah, and Ernie Hudson's character, they meet up, and Shelley's carted off to the hospital, and then flash forward 1 year later, and Sarah is, sad.
That's the kid, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Fun fact, she's no longer acting because she, after Brandon Lee's death and coupled with the severe anxiety of being recognized on the street, she just couldn't handle it anymore.
Oh, interesting.
So she gave up acting, even though her character returns in the sequel, probably why she didn't.
Sure. Wait until we get into the guy who actually shot Brandon Lee.
Funboy, the actor that played Funboy.
Yeah, the actor, Massey or something like that. Yeah. I have it somewhere.
Yeah, but he, that happened 1 year later. So she's paying her respects, dropping flowers off at their graves.
I just wanted to point out that she rides on a skateboard, and she rides Goofy Foot.
Oh, yeah,
so
she does.
That's how I skate, or that's how I used to skate, yeah. It was the 90s. Everybody skated.
I think that's how I tried to skate because it felt awkward the other way.
Yeah, you go with whatever's natural.
Yeah, which is, again, right hand. Oh. Anywho.
Yeah.
But, so there's that. She pays her respects, and then Crow is chilling on Eric Draven's tombstone, and then after she leaves, she's all like, the Crow's like, ding, 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 and Eric Draven's like, whoa!
Yeah, crawling out of the grave.
He was more like, oh, which, I literally put down, like, coming back to life must be painful.
And then Stone Temple Pilots are playing.
Oh,
did you catch that?
I
Dude,
did.
the soundtrack for this thing was a monster hit.
My buddy was actually sitting there pointing out like a lot of the bands.
Yeah.
Which you'll see him on our next episode because he is our special guest.
Oh, okay.
Stay tuned.
This is news to me. I'm cool with it. I don't care who joins us.
Liar. Just kidding.
No, it's fine. Oh, I was thinking something else. Yeah, he's sitting right there, actually.
Right?
Stuff that applies. Bad guys blow up an arcade. Remember arcades?
Oh, yeah.
Arcades.
Dude, they're still around.
Are they?
Yeah, Nickelcade mostly.
What's that?
You're fucking with me, right?
You know where we live. There's nothing out here.
Oh, yeah, no, Nickelcade. It's like an arcade, but for older machines, and you use nickels to play.
Oh, that's rad.
Oh, dude, it's awesome. I loved it as a kid because, especially like...
Kind of like Barcade?
Kind of like, yeah, but it's for kids and, stuff like that. Dude,
Oh.
I played and beat the original House of the Dead at a Nickelcade.
Oh, that's awesome.
Right? Time Crisis and all that. Yeah, no, that was my jam because it was...
If it was nickels, I'd be pumping them in because you're going to be dying a lot in like House of the Dead and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah, dude. Yeah. I saved up nickels, not quarters.
I'm not going to pump in quarters.
Oh, yeah.
But I'll do it with nickels.
Yeah, I saved nickels for a year, because on my birthday, my parents were like, "Yeah, we'll go." I was like, "I want to go with so I got to take two of my buddies one year in high school." I was like, "I'm gonna go to Nickelcade," and that's it. Like,
Is it in Salt Lake?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then of course, you got now a lot of those have been reduced to either like a Chuck E. Cheese type joint,
right, or Dave and Buster's and that kind of junk.
Yeah, the barcades.
Yeah.
Which I mean,
barcades I haven't been to. That sounds like
I wouldn't mind going because as a kid, I mean, it was Peter Piper Pizza, which was...
Oh, yeah. We had Shakey's.
Oh, yeah. Shakey's.
Yeah.
I remember that from South Park. Anywho.
Yeah, they blow up an arcade. So
Jerks.
Eric flashes back to what happened to him and his wife, and he's pissed, and he puts the makeup on.
Yeah, and this is the scene where in that flashback, it shows Fun Boy, played by...
I have it.
Okay.
Yeah. Maybe. Michael Massey.
Massey? Is it Massey or Macy?
Massey, M-A-S-S-E-E.
M-I-S-S-I-P-P-I.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is where he shot him. And it wasn't his fault. There was a dead slug in it. It was kind of thing. But they wanted to make realism for the shot, so they added some explosive charge in the barrel or something.
Yeah.
And they didn't realize there was a fake bullet in there, and I guess they added enough explosive that it killed him.
Yeah,
so
propelled and...
Yeah.
Well, I mean, even blanks. I mean, because I guess there was an actor one time that, was dinking around, had a blank in a gun and put it right up to his temple, and the force of it
Alec Baldwin just killed a guy. Or a woman or something.
Yeah, he did because of, I think they said neglectful...
Yeah, their arms person was terrible, apparently.
Mm-hmm. And I guess they had a history of that. I don't know.
Yeah, we're going to see. He was arrested and it hasn't gone to trial yet, so we don't know what's going on.
I think the charges were dropped.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
I thought he got rearrested, but who knows?
He was charged, but, the charges are... Last I read, I think, the charges are technically pending.
Okay.
So he is...
They can always bring charges up against him if they want to.
Yeah.
Michael Massey, though, after he killed a guy on set, not meaning to, stopped acting for a year because he was so traumatized by the incident.
Understandable. I mean, dude.
His follow-up film from this was 7.
Oh, Brad Pitt, Morgan Freeman?
Yeah, in 95.
Which they were supposed to do a sequel to called 8, allegedly, but...
And he died never watching The Crow. He never watched this movie because of that.
Do you blame him?
I do not.
Again, I feel like
you kill a guy on screen, and they don't use the footage of Brandon Lee actually dying. That's either lost, the family has it, or the police still have it. No one's seen it.
Or destroyed.
Something like that, yeah.
There's all sorts of things.
They reshot it with CGI or stand-ins sort of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, for the actual movie. So, yeah. So that's what happened to Michael Massey. And I guess he died in 16 or something like that. 13, 16, somewhere in there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So he's pissed and puts the makeup on.
Mm-hmm.
Now with the makeup, he didn't like the way it looked when they put the makeup on him.
Really?
So what he would do is he would go home, put the makeup on, go to sleep, wake up, and it would be kind of worn out, disheveled.
Oh.
And then he would go to work and work like that.
Smart.
Yeah. So it kind of gave it that beaten look.
Yeah,
Worn.
weathered.
The weathered. That's the word.
Yeah,
weathered.
like smart.
And there's some cool shots here with the crow on his shoulder. He's like by the window, I think, or something like that. And the crow lands on his shoulder, putting the arms out. There's some really cool shots in this movie.
Oh, yeah.
And then, is that 9 Inch Nails I hear?
Mm-hmm.
Pretty sure it is.
While he's going through the flashbacks, it was, I believe, as my buddy pointed out, Burned by The Cure.
Yeah, The Cure's in this.
Confirmed, yes, it was Burned by The Cure. And then after he puts it on, as he's, superheroing through the rooftops, it was 9 Inch Nails.
And he can see where the crow sees.
Oh, yeah.
So
you get a little rundown of
he kind of sees where
some of his powers.
And the crows find the bad guys kind of thing.
Yeah.
So in the comic, he's not allowed to deviate from killing the bad guys who murdered or the revenge that he wants.
Yeah.
He's not allowed to deviate. And there's a whole ton of cutscenes of a guy who did deviate, who's permanently on Earth now, kind of thing. And they cut all that. He's called something cowboy, like whatever it is.
Kind of like what they did with Ghost Rider with Sam Elliott.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
it was supposed to be his mentor kind of thing.
Okay.
And they totally cut it, which is fine. It would have made for like a 2.5 hour movie.
But I mean, probably they could have gotten away with it if
But if he does deviate, it reduces his powers.
Oh.
So instead of that, they just tied the powers to the crow. Bing, bang, boom, they're done.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which makes, I guess, more. Well, they probably again to shorten it, as well as with everything that with Brandon Lee unfortunately passing away too.
Right. Yeah. There's some hiccups in this. He finds his first bad guy, and he's reminding the guy. Yeah, about what he did to Eric and Shelley. And then I'm going to put the clip. He bitch slaps him.
Halloween, yeah. Some dude, some bitch, whatever, man.
He just does a quick little kind of thing on him. It's so awesome. It made me laugh. Like, it was great.
In fact, I think I literally put down, after that, I was like, Tintin's a bitch, LOL. Because like, bitch slap, like, bam!
And then stabs him with all his knives.
Oh,
Tintin's a knife guy.
Allegedly, major organs in alphabetical order.
Alphabetical order.
You know how hard that is?
Knows what he's doing, man.
I mean, okay, I took medical anatomy in high school, and as a sophomore, I aced it. I haven't used it in forever, so obviously, but well, okay, if we're talking about just basic organs, okay, that's impressive. I mean, even major organs, then you have to know what the major organs. I mean, he probably is sitting there. They probably just said that as a joke, but it could have also been.
No, yeah,
he straight up just at first it was his appendix, then his bronchial artery. Oh wait, that's not an organ. You know what I mean?
Right.
And neither is the appendix. But anyways,
Tim's dead, and then we cut to this club.
dead.
And there's a band playing. This female singer is so 90s it hurts. She is the 90s female singer I've ever seen.
Yeah, I don't even know. I was like, she looked like...
Okay, you were born in what? The
91.
Early 91. Yeah. Okay, see, I was when you were born, I was 10. So I remember women dressing like this who were in the 18 to 25 range kind of thing. She's the 90s woman.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And I'll put a picture just so you guys know.
Oh, it was... I think the name was...
and I'm sure it's a real band.
Yeah.
For the soundtrack.
Okay, the band is Medicine. The song was Time Baby 2.
There you go.
Yep.
She's got that dreads, kind of blonde, but it's not quite dreads. It's just more dirty looking.
Yeah, it's like, I barely wash my hair. Yeah, it's greasy.
It's gross.
Yeah.
She looks like Courtney Love.
Oh my!
From the 90s.
A slightly more attractive Courtney Love.
Right, yeah.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, she's got the Liberty spikes. Dang.
Yeah.
That's old school. All right. Anyways, moving on. Oh, see, I'm going to have to put that picture. As I said, Liberty spikes. Wow, that takes me back.
Right?
So Eric shows up at the pawn shop, because I guess Tim or somebody told him about it.
Yeah.
Quotes Edgar Allan Poe as he's walking in. Of course, he's
I came a-rapping, and you didn't answer.
What's interesting is the crows in this movie are ravens.
Yeah, there is a difference.
They make better they make better TV or movies. Like on film, they have bigger beaks.
Oh yeah,
larger wing spread.
I believe crows are actually. I mean, they look very similar, but crows are actually smaller.
Yeah.
Whereas ravens are. I mean, like they're
bigger.
It's like the difference between a.
It looks good on the screen, so they used a bigger one.
It's like the difference between a cat and like a regular breed of cat and.
Like a Maine Coon or something.
Yeah, thank you. That's the one. Yeah. Both equally intelligent. Allegedly.
I guess it depends on the cat.
So, I was talking about the crows, ravens.
Oh, gotcha. Oh, I thought crows are smarter, but...
Oh, no. They're both supposed to be really smart.
Yeah, cats, well, they pull people from the dead, so...
All right.
See a cat do that?
I don't know.
Well, they got 9 lives. Yeah. That was good. He's at the pawn shop. Guy shoots him in the hand, and here we see him heal.
Yeah.
No, it's not in the hand. He shoots him in the chest.
Oh, yeah. Shoots him in the chest. That one. Yeah. I'll figure the hand one later.
And he finds his wife's ring, and then he blows up the pawn shop.
And you notice how he does it, like, with his eyes closed, just like, no, because he has, like, empathetic telepathy, I think is the term.
Oh, okay. I never caught on to that.
He has a form of telepathy, but it's based off of emotions, like empathy.
Right.
So empathetic telepathy, or something like that. Oh no, I did a little bit of research on that. The crow's powers before.
Oh, cool.
Because I'm a superhero nerd.
Yeah, throw it in. The explosion here of the pawn shop and him walking away is fantastic. He was so close to that explosion. That stuntman got paid extra that day.
I mean,
I'll put a picture.
Oh yeah, dude, you literally actually see a good little like whoosh. I mean, like the hair flame, and coat, and just and he's just standing there all chill. It's like that was right awesome.
And it's a split second, but it's so stinking cool.
Yeah.
Ernie Hudson rolls up on Eric. Hudson was the detective on Eric and Shelley's murder case.
Mm-hmm.
And then he got bumped down to street cop for some reason. Did we find out why?
I don't think so, but I think he got bumped down to the street cop before that because on the case, on the opening, you see him in blues. And the lead detective even comments like, "What are you doing? You're not a detective anymore."
That's yeah.
And that was like during.
I guess that's it. Maybe they cut. Why?
Well, probably, yeah.
Maybe blew something on Eric's case, and that's why he's trying to help him,
or blew something on trying to with the catch the D-bags that are responsible for Devil's Night.
Oh, right.
Or something. Who knows?
So drugs. Y'all want to shoot some morphine or whatever?
Yeah, apparently.
Yeah. How 94 is that? People shooting up and stuff?
Yeah.
Like it was part of the grunge scene and all that because of Nirvana, because of all the rockers and all that.
Yeah, and this one, like, he goes.
So lame. Nobody shoots up drugs anymore.
I mean, I think some
they do, but nobody cares about them.
Oh, we do because we're in the mental health field and we're there to help them out.
They don't shoot up drugs.
No, actually, no. Some of our clients. I can't go into details. HIPAA.
Yeah. Good call. In comes Eric with a guitar on his back or something. Like the random guitar riffs that he would do in this movie.
Oh yeah.
You'd see him like sitting on the top of a roof playing guitar. You're like, what the hell's going on? I loved it. Perfect. This movie was perfect for 94.
Oh yeah, hit everything.
It hit everything. Absolutely. Tony Todd sees the morphine lady run out.
Mm-hmm.
Because Eric's there beating up the guy he was hooking up with a chick.
Fun boy.
The little girl's mom.
Yeah, Darla.
And he does a thing where it pulls the morphine out of her.
Yeah.
And that was supposed to be a power he shouldn't have used.
Yeah.
But that got cut, Oh
yeah.
Because it wasn't revenge.
Yeah.
But they cut that. So, anyways, he pulls the morphine out and she ends up becoming a good mom or something like that.
Yeah.
But Tony Todd sees her run. And then he heads upstairs.
With a weird, like... It was a weird kind of gun. It had like a drum magazine on the top.
Oh, I didn't notice. I have to look at that.
It was a goofy gun.
Well, no, I'll put a screen cap. Yeah. Whether he's right or wrong, you're getting a screen cap of that scene right there.
Yeah.
So, the guy is dead. Who was this one? Fun Boy?
This was Fun Boy.
This was Fun Boy. Full of syringes in his chest.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And I like that. That's always a fun death. Kill a drug addict with a bunch of drugs.
Calico. That's what it was. Calico. Those are... here, I'll shut up, because they are... See?
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, they're like a pistol with a drum mag on the top type deal.
I was thinking bottom when you were saying drum mag. All right.
Or it's not even, it's a cylinder. Yeah, I guess I should stop saying drum.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But, yeah. Specifically Calico M950.
So Eric goes to see Hudson. And I'm trying to keep it so we don't have a 2-hour episode.
Again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've had 1 2-hour episode and a couple that pushed it.
Yeah.
So I think our past ones have been under an hour, so we've been
doing good.
Doing pretty good. Pawn shop guy goes to see the main bad guy, tells him about Eric, top dollar. Bad guy kills pawn shop guy.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he doesn't believe him or something.
Yeah, he's just a dick.
Yeah, he is a dick. That's true.
Yeah, stabs him in the neck and then shoots him in the head with the calico.
He's like, "Why won't you die?" Kind of thing. Yeah.
And then
no, it was the throat. He ran a sword through his throat.
Yeah, why won't you die? Bang. And then he's all like, after saying yeah, this is my sister.
Oh, yeah. Oh, the sister.
Yeah.
We haven't even mentioned her yet, of Top Dollar.
Yeah, what was her name in it?
In it? I'm not sure. Her name is like Maya Bing or something like that.
I know her name is Bailing.
Bailing, there you go.
B-I-A Ling.
Right. And then even dang it, Bailing, okay, she talked about meeting Brandon Lee, the actress Bailing, on the first day that she met Brandon Lee. And he told her that he was half Chinese. And she didn't believe him.
I mean, he has some very
because she's Chinese.
Oh yeah, she is.
So Brandon told her that his father was Bruce Lee.
Micah, that was her character's name. But yeah.
Yeah. It's not mentioned in the film actually.
Oh yeah.
But that is because of the comic books. Brandon Lee told her that his dad was Bruce Lee. Like, okay, you might know my dad then. And she was like, I don't know who your dad is. I've never heard of Bruce Lee.
Really?
One of her friends was like, a Chinese friend of hers was like, no. His dad is the legendary Li Junfan.
Oh yeah, because Bruce Lee was the name it's like Jackie Chan and I would want to say like Jet Li. Those are technically their American names.
It's the Americanized names.
Because unfortunately, a lot of
so she was
Americans are not.
Myling was super embarrassed because of that. Bailing was super embarrassed because of that.
Oh yeah.
Like, oh dude, this guy's dad is the legendary
dude.
Bruce
took on
Lee.
2 ping pong players with some nunchucks or nunchaku, whatever you want to call them.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, dude, that guy is like the OG.
Right.
He's the GOAT.
So yeah, obviously she knew who he was. Probably seen his movies. That's what. Yeah. So. Cop chase.
Oh yeah.
Cool cop. They did it in miniatures. They couldn't afford to do it in real cars.
Of course.
Yeah. How awesome is that? And you don't know that. I didn't realize it looking at it.
Like
they did a really good job.
Special effects, even for like today's standards, weren't.
They used a ton of miniatures, and you wouldn't know it except for maybe at the beginning. Yeah. I noticed it at the beginning. There were certain shots where I noticed it kind of flowing when they were moving through the towns.
Well, it's probably because they spent a good chunk of money on the CGI that was honestly for that time not bad CGI.
Well, and some of the people who worked on the movie said they were trying to make a $30 million movie on an $18 million budget.
They pulled it off.
They did. I really think they did. They made their money back for sure.
Oh, yeah, and then some.
This was a hit. He ties the bad guy in the car, and then he sends him off with a thermite in his down by his nuts.
Chestnuts roasting on an open.
It's an awesome explosion.
Yeah, that one was T-Bird.
T-Bird going off the dock.
After Skank gets T-boned in the process.
Yeah.
Skank's
That's right, because he's
weirdo.
He was a tweaker, is what they were saying.
Oh yeah, he was. This I don't think that was. He was. No, maybe it was meth.
That's what. Well, Top Dollar references him being cracked out or tweaked out or something.
I think he says cracked out. So
okay.
I think because that would make more sense, like just copious amounts of cocaine.
Right.
something. I don't know.
What I really liked about
I'm
this
not good on
scene,
my drug history, apparently.
the great thing about the scene is he drops the thing in his lap, sends it off, and he does a little, and then walks away, like kind of bye. And,
He's
but like
the
in a funny
perfect
way.
balance of like comedy and.
And there's another one coming up that he does too. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah. Okay, you know what I'm talking about. You caught it. Ernie Hudson gets suspended from the police, and I don't know why.
Because he was the detective above him is kind of a dick.
He doesn't like him, obviously. Yeah, we don't know why. But...
Oh, we need to. We have to get his thing. You know, we have to get his ID from his teeth. Oh no, that's T-Bird, hands down. Like being all. And then it was just like you could tell he doesn't. Well, I'm like, yeah, there's something there that probably got cut, and then
that's what I'm thinking.
And then so he ends up getting suspended because D-bag detective makes a call. Because I remember they did show that part where he's like, D-bag is all like, I'm gonna call you, blah 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 blah. I'm a douche.
Oh, okay. I might have missed that. Yeah. And then we get another club, and it's even more 90s than the first club.
Yeah, what the band is like trash or something.
Yeah, I don't. It's like I can't. I don't know if I can do the. It's like. Yeah, it's one of those kind of things from the 90s.
It's like.
It kind of sounded like Ministry. Jesus Built My Hot Rod.
Oh, okay.
You ever heard that song?
No. But I'm going to probably.
Once we're done filming, we're gonna play it. So yeah, it sounds like Ministry. Jesus Built My Hot Rod. Check it out. We're actually going to see Ministry.
Yeah.
We're going to see Ministry, and you don't know this song. This was their biggest hit.
I know, right?
Anyways, but we're also seeing Rob Zombie and Alice Cooper. So, those are the headliners. Bad guy is giving a speech.
Oh, it was Thrill Kill Cult, or My Life with a Thrill Kill Cult.
Yeah, that's right. They're on the soundtrack.
That was the secondary band that was like, yeah, or often shortened to Thrill Kill Cult or TKK.
Oh, okay. I don't think they ever made it big, except for this soundtrack. And this was back when people bought
like
soundtracks.
Cannibal Corpse.
I had friends who had this soundtrack.
Oh,
People would buy soundtracks back then. This is when Top Dollar is doing a speech to his men.
Oh, yeah.
On the table.
I feel like a big little fucking worm on a big ass hook.
For Top Dollar, this is his IMD picture. For his like circle picture kind of thing. He's at the end of the table talking to the guys. And I would have put that too. Right. For the Crow, if I was in the Crow, I would use that picture for everything.
I don't care if the only thing that was in the Crow was my nipple. I'd be using that as my picture.
Heck yeah.
Oh, I recognize that nipple.
Eric walks in.
Funny enough, you only see like one nipple, a
quick flash of a titty,
of a titty and a Beiling's butt.
Yeah, and that's because Top Dollar and Bailing are half brother and sister, but they're doing it.
That creepy.
Yeah, there's some incest going on there.
Anyways,
read the comics if you want to get more into that.
Yeah.
Bad guy gives a speech. Eric walks in. They blow him away.
Yeah, and he's like, "I'm only here for that man."
Yep.
Skank.
But he wants to keep him.
Fire it up! Fire it up!
Oh yeah, the whole fire it up thing, that was so lame.
By the way, that whole scene when they're fucking drinking bullets, what's up with that?
I don't know. That's a good question. I was thinking that too.
I mean, I'm pretty sure there's no actual bullets, but like, yeah, it's like, we're so hardcore. They're like trying to outdo each other. Like, I'm so hardcore. I take my tequila shots with bullets. And then
do it with a 50 millimeter. Or,
they're like, you want to play this game? Okay, fine. I'll go get me a gimpy leaf. I'll wipe my butt with that. No, I won't, because I like not being in pain.
Yeah. He starts killing everyone.
Yeah.
He's wiping them out. Cops show up, tell him not to move, and he does the dance away.
Yeah,
that's so awesome. It's like da-da-da-da-da.
Like the Looney Tunes style. Like if he had a cane right there.
I'm putting the clip.
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah, it's so great.
It to this day, every single time I see that part of me, it's just deep down. It's like, if I was getting shot at and I knew I wasn't gonna die, that's how I'd get away.
Absolutely.
If I had 100%. A hat, I would do the.
Yeah, the frog one, the frog thing.
Hello, my baby. Yeah. Hello, my darling.
Hudson, he's running from the cops, and Hudson picks him up, kind of drives him down the street, and then he disappears out of the car.
Yeah.
Bad guys figure out, what was her name? Bailing?
Micah.
Right, okay.
Yeah. Finds out that, I don't even think they say Top Dollar's name in it really in that either. I didn't hear it, but.
They don't. You're right, they don't.
Yeah, or his...
The reason we know the names is because of the comics.
Yeah, because...
And I don't think Tony Todd's name is said either.
No.
Yeah.
There are a lot of... I think the only ones that really get... the bad guys that get a name is Skank, T-Bird,
Tintin,
and... is it Tintin or Tintin?
I thought it was M.
I don't know. I heard an N, but it could be. If you know, comment. And then, yeah, Fun Boy.
And Fun Boy, yep.
Yeah.
So they figure out if you kill the crow, you kill Eric.
Yeah.
Or at least wound it or something. That sort of thing. Eric.
It's his link to the afterlife.
Tony Todd kidnaps Sarah, the little girl, and Eric goes to save her. Tony Todd shoots the crow, and the crow's wounded, not dead.
Yeah.
So that means Eric takes damage now.
Yeah.
Because he gets shot and he's not healing.
And
he feels it.
Top Dollar at this part is like, I'm going to do a little interpretation of your bird. Caw, 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 bang, fuck, I'm dead. That part right there, I'm like, oh my gosh. With a voice like that, I could say, you know.
And then Ernie Hudson for the win.
Right?
Freaking Ernie Hudson. I love Ernie Hudson. Comes in. He comes in shooting. And then he gets shot.
Yeah,
Boom.
Like, Eric's like, I told you to stay behind me.
Yeah.
You know, Brandon Lee's character is like, I told you to stay behind me. Like, I fucked up.
And the crow kills Mika, whatever her name is.
Yeah, like the actual crow. Like, caw, peck out your eyes. Fuck you.
It pecks out the eyes and she falls down a shaft.
Which is funny because she literally has an obsession with eyeballs.
Throughout
the entire film.
Yeah, there's all these eyeballs they keep throwing everywhere. Yeah. The bad guys, at least.
Like, you know, Top Dollar literally inhales smoke from an eyeball and then tastes some cocaine and then blows it out and goes, yummy. Like...
Showdown with the bad guy.
Yeah, showdown with the bad guy. Bad guy comes at him with a sword. Crow comes at him with a... Literally rips off the top of
Eric?
him. Yeah.
Okay.
Eric.
His name's Eric.
Yeah, but he's also referred to as the Crow.
Yeah, but we just mentioned the Crow killing the sister.
True. Brandon Lee's character rips off spiky thing on top of this church thing.
Yeah.
And then they do battle. And then, Brandon Lee's character turns away for a second to lift Sarah up because dumb little girl, I'm not going to call her a bitch because it feels like a little disrespectful to call a small child a bitch.
Okay.
Be like, I'm going to help you. Well, and she's like, look out.
Top Dollar threw her off.
Oh, yeah.
So he made her pushed her way down.
Yeah, and she breaks through the roof and everything. Yeah. But you know what I mean. And then, she's like, Eric, look out. And Top Dollar's like, stab, I got you, bitch. And then he's like, I'm dying. And the guy, Top Dollar's doing his big old speech like, you made me smile. You're a good guy, boy, blah, blah, blah. And then Eric's like, I got something for you. I don't want it anymore. Bam! Empathy, telepathy, transfer.
Yeah, when he puts his hands on his face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're now experiencing, what was it, Shelly?
I was wondering what that was.
Shelly's pain. So, like 30 hours of pain in an instant.
Yeah, that's where the empathy thing you were talking about comes in. I was wondering what that was. And I was like, okay, obviously he's projecting something onto him.
Yeah, because
you put a name to it.
Yeah, like I think that the technical turn on like the Crow Wiki, which I mean makes sense because if you were to give a superpower a name, obviously like heat vision, regeneration, big dick stretching. I don't know. The Crow, empathy, telepathy, because he literally feels empathy telepathically. And then he's all like, bam, you take it. And then he's like, and then he falls down and gets impaled on a gargoyle. And it's like, blah, blah.
That's a cool death.
Oh, it is a fantastic death.
A lot of this movie reminds me of Sin City.
Oh, yeah, the black and white one.
The director wanted to do this movie in black and white, except for the flashbacks, which would have been in color. But the studio said, no, you're not doing black and white.
It's really hard to get in color, getting studios to do black and white. So, for instance, Young Frankenstein.
I believe it, yeah.
Yeah, Mel Brooks flat out refused to do the movie if he couldn't do it in black and white. Yeah. And so studio finally budged and let him do it in black and white, which honestly, great choice.
Yeah, absolutely. And now it's a classic.
Oh, it is a classic. Hands down. We should do that sometime.
Yeah, absolutely.
I love Eugene Wilder.
And then Ed Wood with Johnny Depp. That was a black and white. Tim Burton. But no, instead of doing, because they refused to let him do it, he went with the dark tones, and just to keep it dark, that sort of thing.
You notice how, like, some film, and that, honestly, it works perfectly in that. For instance, The Ring. Have you ever noticed, like, how that film, it was just like muted tones throughout the entire film?
Yeah.
Like, stuff like that's great.
Yeah,
I love when they do stuff like that.
Yeah. Hudson's still alive. Eric saved the little girl. Eric goes to his grave, and then his fiancee wife, Shelley,
from the afterlife,
comes to him.
Wife from the afterlife.
And it's kind of like suggested that they go together, kind of thing. They're together now.
She takes him off into the afterlife.
Yeah, they're together now.
His soul may finally rest.
And the crow drops the ring into the little girl's hand, and then that's it. For Brandon and Eliza is the dedication of this movie. Yeah. Obviously Brandon, but Eliza was his fiancée in real life, who gave permission to the director to finish the movie and try to make something of it, to kind of as a lasting, this is Brandon Lee's last movie. Tribute, yeah.
Exactly.
And it worked, because, it's a hit monster. It was a huge hit.
Oh, yeah. Fantastic film. I love it.
Oh, I love this movie. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Watching it again, I haven't seen it since 95 or 96. It came out in 94. I didn't watch it when it came out.
I own this film on DVD, and I've only watched it a handful of times.
It's fantastic.
But
I loved it watching it again. Yeah.
It's a classic.
I do know that the mother of Brandon Lee, wife of Bruce Lee, at one point, she had like 4 husbands, whatever. She sued everybody involved with this. And they settled out of court. She made $3 million or something like that for involuntary death, or whatever it's called.
Oh, yeah.
Accidental death, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Lee and we already talked about that. In 2005, 12 years after the accidental shooting of Brandon Lee, the guy who shot him, Michael Massey, claimed to still have nightmares of the incident. This was a few years before his death.
Believe it. I mean, that's...
Killed a guy, murdered a guy without meaning to.
Yeah, I mean, that is...
accidental death.
PTSD. Like, that is something... I would be surprised. Yeah, PTSD. That sounds exactly like PTSD. I'm not a doctor. I'm not diagnosing. All I'm saying is what it sounds like. Don't get your panties in a twist, because, yeah.
They're twisting. They're twisting. River Phoenix and Christian Slater turned down the role of Eric Draven.
I don't think they could have done it. And that's no offense to either of them.
I didn't know River Phoenix was still alive at this point in 94.
Yeah,
this is about the time he died.
Christian Slater's a great actor, but I mean the voice
it's
alone.
A different... Yeah.
But the comedic moments where he's like, like Jesus walks into a bar, like trying to be all funny.
Yeah.
I don't see Christian Slater on too much of and I've seen him in comedy roles. He voiced a character in Archer, and he was hilarious. But I don't see him being the kind of ha guffaw type,
Brandon Lee, I've seen Laser Mission, and he has a lot of those kind of lines in Laser Mission, and they're fine. They work. Like, he falls through a family's roof while they're eating dinner. He's like, well, all I can say is bon appetit. And then he jumps out their window or something like that. It's that kind of crap.
Oh, yeah.
I just dropped in to say bon appetit.
And he's fine at it.
Yeah, see, it works. And that's probably, honestly, and that's what makes it so good, because it's kind of like, for this character, like, dude, the guy literally was murdered, brought back to life, then had to empathetic telepathy.
There we go.
Relive that situation again when he got back, and then that's his way of coping. He has a very twisted and fucked up sense of humor. Perfect. Nailed it.
And he also, side note, he lost 40 pounds for this role. They wanted him skinny. because that's how he is in the comics.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah. Oh, and Laser Mission? There's no lasers.
Why is it called Laser Mission then?
Nobody knows. He's on a mission to save scientists, Ernest Borgnine, but that's it. There's no lasers. The body count in this movie?
Yeah.
31. 31 bodies.
I believe it.
That's pretty much it, yeah.
All right.
What's your 1 through 10? What do you give it?
I give this a solid 9.
Oh, wow, that's...
I mean, okay, yes,
Dang.
there were a couple things.
I understand. I get it.
Some of the CGI was meh. But Psycho is so far my only 10, and that one like really earned it in my opinion.
Yeah.
But this one, no, it's a great film. I mean, one of my friends once told me it's like the only reason it's a great film. I don't know, is because honestly, if Brandon Lee didn't die, it'd be considered a shit film. I was like, yeah, if it was still alive, I'd consider this a great film. Like,
I think it would have launched his career beyond. I think we'd still be watching him act right now if he was alive.
Oh, exactly.
This would have been his starting point. Had some kind of mediocre movies before this. Mm-hmm. I think this would have done it.
Shit, if they'd probably still end up doing like a...
only because I saw the teenage girls. I was there as a teenager, young teenager, and the girls loved him.
Oh, yeah.
They loved him in this movie, and they were all
He was the
super sad.
heartthrob.
Yeah, they were all super sad. He had that dark grungy look that was really hot at the time. He could have made that into something else. So it's a bummer that he got killed.
He had a charming smile, too.
Yeah, it was weird seeing the close-ups, like perfect teeth, white teeth on
Like the way
everything else is like dark background. He's just
but that smile, man, that was that could have been a major panty dropper, I'm sure.
Oh yeah. I'm giving it an 8.
An 8?
Yep, 8 out of 10.
That's still pretty solid. I mean,
that's super solid from me.
Oh yeah, exactly.
I'm critical, man.
Yeah, you're more critical than I tend to be.
Yeah.
So I mean, between the two, it's an easy 8.5. I'd say that's a really good score on this film. If you disagree, well, you're a dick. Just kidding.
I mean, I don't know. Whatever. Think what you
No,
want.
you're allowed to
We
have
don't
your
care.
own
We just like
opinion.
talking about movies.
I just like to, be a jerk sometimes.
I don't know. Be a jerk. I don't care.
Okay.
We just like talking about movies. That's
Exactly.
why I'm here. I like talking about movies.
Oh yeah.
We'd be doing this even if there wasn't a camera pointing at us.
Exactly.
We'd be sitting here
There's just
talking about movies.
Oh yeah. Wow.
So yeah. I guess that wraps it up though. I don't know what's coming next week, so let's wait on that.
Yeah. Stay tuned.
Yeah.
And as always, stay demented.
Yep.